As a non-American, the news in reaction to the shooting at the Trump rally baffles me. I'm seeing these news and I just don't get why they are wasting so much time discussing which team the shooter is on. One half of America is saying he belongs to the red team because he registered as one. Then the other is like, no, he's clearly blue because of the donation. Or those news just talking and talking for 30 minutes straight, asking questions about how the Secret Service allowed this to happen. Then they invite in one expert to give their opinion, then after that expert, they bring in another expert to debunk that opinion, then another expert in another news channel references that previous expert. And I get that people want to know more information, but the news just comes out with useless information like all those interviews with their schoolmates or whatever. Like, who are these schoolmates? How close are they? Information based off of someone's impression of someone else is not evidence. Otherwise, ugly people would all be in jail. The records of trying for the rifle team 6 years ago don't matter. That he appeared for half a second on a BlackRock commercial don't matter. His previous employment also don't matter. The only thing that is concrete about the shooter is that he is 20 years old. That's it. That's not even 21, not even considered an adult in some places. Fresh out of school, maybe attending college, that's someone who's still trying to figure out how the world works and where they stand in it. Yet, American news spent a few days shifting blame and trying to fill news time with panels and panels of people shouting over each other using unverified information. And only then, Americans realized what everybody else in the world already did. That it's most likely just another shooting, like the average of 2 shootings every day in 2024 so far. And Americans continue to be shocked when someone who got elected to president said,
They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
Or that he told people to go to the Capitol building and caused 5 people to die. Or that his reaction to BLM protesters is to shoot them. Or that he encouraged xenophobia in a racially and ethnically diverse country. Or that his response to another colleague's attempted kidnapping isn't asking if they are okay. Or that he also approved of his supporters chanting "Hang Mike Pence." All these statements in a country that by far has the most civilian guns per capita. And this isn't even just done by one person.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
Depicting comedian Kathy Griffin holding the bloody decapitated head of President Trump are no joking matter for the Secret Service.
Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school, I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish.
Americans just seem to like to say things first, apologize later, and pretend nothing is wrong. So 7 to 8 years later, we now have...
You chose to use a 1 bullet...
We're not even sending our best to assassinate. Cause what the hell was that? Lee Harvey Oswald would never, bitch. John Wilkes Booth would never.
Today was like this close to being the best day ever.
And political events have also become wrestling events.
Time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be 2 consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution,
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. Okay, you know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Enough was enough! And I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother! Let Trumpomania rule again!
I don't think it's a coincidence that people became so reactionary when American news is all about feeding you half information. Like, let's take a look at CNN's latest videos as an example. Is this really news? Biden angry at Pelosi, Democratic donor grows skeptical, RNC compelling until Trump went off the rails. Or no facts doesn't tell us anything about policy, doesn't tell us anything about Biden. All opinions based on no hard evidence. And it continues to baffle me that Americans are talking more about the polls than maybe some kind of solution. It just seems very short-sighted. And it may sound familiar, but gunshots are not party poppers. It means that the person being shot at is hated. It is not a good thing. That Trump managed to put out a feast also isn't a good thing. You don't know whether there are other assassins at the moment, and bullets don't just disappear mid-air after missing their target. The fact that he chose to essentially do a photo op just tells me that he's a showman who cares more about himself, his image, rather than the potential injuries and death that the bullets missing him are going to inflict. By choosing to continue standing, he is literally choosing to be a visible target. What's even weirder to me is that the window of the rally attendee told the news that she supports Trump and is going to vote for him, while saying that she is not one of those people that gets involved in politics. Well, it hurts my brain. It's like meeting a vegan butcher. So you're saying you're not involved in politics, but you're telling the news who you're voting for, which is how most ordinary people participate in politics. And you're also in a rally where the speaker talks about politics and was just shot at because of policies made in your country. And she tells the news that she supports Trump because her husband supported Trump. So no thinking at all, just red versus blue. Politics reduced to a cage fight. What is theoretically supposed to happen is, say, in the case of Abe Shinzo. Yes, Abe is the surname. Please stop asking Asians to flip their names for no reason. The Japanese realized that the circumstances leading to someone wanting to shoot was pretty fucked up, and they made changes to reduce the power of the Unification Church. You see where I'm going with this? People are supposed to learn from mistakes and make changes so they don't happen again. And sure, the context and history is different, but you should not expect change to happen immediately. An attempted assassination still happened to Prime Minister Kishida the next year, but at least they are slowly improving in some ways. I feel like Americans get into this sports mentality thinking that electing a new administration is going to drastically change the country. Kinda like all you need to do is just to win one time and magic will happen somehow. Well, Trump didn't just get elected for no reason. That he being voted in 2016 or that you have no good candidates in 2024 is just a continuation of a trend since long ago. Like, you ever watched any George Carlin clips and thought, wow, how could he have predicted today's events? Well, he didn't. It's just that America hasn't fundamentally changed much. So whatever jokes he made back then still applies today. Since 1974, when Richard Nixon got pardoned for Watergate, thereby setting a precedent for presidential immunity, since the actor Ronald Reagan got elected, further pushing the ideas of neoliberalism, still the same old country. It might be fun to engage in conspiracy theories. Here's one. You ever considered how everything spiraled out of control since Ronald Reagan? And then this is now to be finished by Donald Trump? Ronald McDonald's planned this. They're ruining America to create more unhappy people to sell Happy Meals to. It's why the world has become a circus, with clowns. And maybe that's just what Americans want. Living their lives based on half-truths, practicing politics based on impressions, colors, themes, and continue to just be addicted to junk on the media rather than be educated about issues. But I'm just a fat boy on the internet, my opinion doesn't matter. So I end with a clip from 1988 where Lee Kuan Yew spoke to the American Society of Newspaper Editors.
It was an Asian version of the United States system. The Philippines press enjoyed all the freedoms, but they failed the Filipino people. A wildly partisan press helped Filipino politicians to flood the marketplace of ideas with junk and confuse and befuddle the people so that they could not see what their vital interests were in a developing country. And because basic issues like economic growth, and an equitable distribution were seldom discussed and never tackled, the democratic system malfunctioned and President Marcos was able to declare martial law.